Hello, people, and we have exciting times for crypto today. First of all, Ethereum looks like it might be being investigated by the Fed. Now, right now it's only a rumor. The Fed is just sequestering information, but from somewhat inside sources, we hear that Gary Gensler is very vengeful. And of course, he wants to make Ethereum a security. Now, this is going to be very hard for Gensler because the CFTC has already treated Ethereum as a commodity for many, many years. And if the SEC wants to take back control, they're going to have to fight the CFTC. Not to mention that the fact that one of their high officials, Bill Hinman, several years ago, as many as you know, have said that Ethereum is actually a commodity and not a security. So they're going to have to roll back a lot. And let's not forget that courts and judges aren't exactly so fond of Gary Gensler right now, and he's been losing case after case after case. But he is spiteful and vengeful, and he does not like crypto because it's been ripping apart his career and tarnishing his reputation, of course, as SEC commissioner, as it should. Now, there's another reason why he might be generating this publicity for Ethereum. He does not want to approve the Ethereum ETF. And this is not completely on his own volition, although I bet he would love to reject it anyways. This is because glorious senators like Elizabeth Warren have sent him a letter telling him not to approve any other crypto ETFs. Now, he doesn't really have a reason to reject the Ethereum ETF because since he approved the Bitcoin one and it was based on the whole future trading thing, he needs to approve the Ethereum one because there's also an Ethereum futures ETF. And the fact that there is a futures ETF kind of almost cancels out the notion that it's really a security because that should have never passed if it was a security. But he's looking for reasons right now, and I think he's starting the investigation to generate a reason, even though he doesn't have one, to not accept the Ethereum ETF. Because remember, that's coming up in May, and it looks like more and more that he is not going to accept the Ethereum ETF. He probably knows he's going to get challenged in court, so he has to make up a reason right now. Hopefully, he loses his socks in court, and this is all over, and he has to accept whatever ETF comes his way in the future, as long as that commodity has a futures ETF along with it. So that's where we are right now. I think one, Gary Gensler is spiteful and he wants Ethereum to be a security so he can actually relitigate a lot of those cases against other cryptos. And B, he needs any reason he can to not accept the Ethereum ETF. Remember, if Ethereum is not a security, then he's not going to win when he fully appeals the Ripple case. And he's been eyeing fully appealing that Ripple case ever since it's been decided. Remember, he tried for an emergency appeal. He was denied the emergency repeal. And now he wants a full repeal. But he's not going to win that appeal unless he gets the Ethereum. Ethereum is a security. So Ripple can't be like, well, Ethereum's a security. Ethereum's not a security. Why are we a security? Same thing with his lawsuit of Coinbase. I think Gensler realizes that he's not going to win that case right now if Ethereum is not a security. So he's going after the big dog because he needs the big dog to submit. So all the other dogs will submit as well because he realizes that giving Ethereum the non-security status is basically screwing him in all these other lawsuits. And Gensler is vengeful and spiteful. A lot of these sources have refused to reveal who they are because they are afraid of Gary Gensler's vengeance against their companies because he is a spiteful and hateful individual at this point. So I think the crypto industry is crushing him right now and he wants some revenge. But I think he's just going to dig himself a deeper hole. And I do actually believe this is being directed by people like Elizabeth Warren, like Brad Sherman. And as the crypto alliance grows stronger, those people are going to find it harder and harder to fight. So right now, that's what's going on with Ethereum. A lot of people are saying, they're going to be arrested for, Ethereum Gate. I don't think that's the case at all. I think the SEC is purely looking into the securities issue and not really looking at all the Ethereum Gate kind of evidence or what you so call it. Either way, this is not good for Ethereum, but it's not horrible because I think they're going to eventually win. But it definitely puts the Ethereum ETF date back sometime at this point. And we might not get one this year because the SEC seems to be determined to wrap it up in lawsuits rather than just let it pass very easily. So yeah, they're still hindering crypto development, but they're not going to be able to hinder it for too long. The Fed had dovish remarks today. Well, it wasn't really dovish if you think about it. The Fed basically just said, yeah, we're going to do exactly what you thought we were going to do, but we're going to say it in a nice way so you guys are happy. So people thought Jerome Powell was going to come out swinging with a hawkish tone because of the inflation numbers in the most recent report, but that didn't happen. He basically reinstated that we are not reducing the number of rate cuts we have. We're going to still have 3 rate cuts, which is exactly what people want to hear. And we're going to try to battle inflation that way. Since he wasn't hawkish and he was more dovish than hawkish, it was very good for the market. The stock market went up and crypto followed. But that's not the real reason crypto stopped dumping. I'm sure it helped because crypto and the stock markets, they're both kind of like asset investment classes and they kind of move together. But the real reason was because I think Grayscale actually stopped dumping. It dumped massive amounts both Monday and Tuesday, and that's why we went down. BlackRock and Fidelity are still positive buying, and as soon as Grayscale stops selling, that positive buying bounces back up. So as long as Grayscale doesn't massively dump again anytime soon in the future, I believe we'll be past back 70,000 very quickly. And a lot of those shorts are really going to liquidate and destroy a couple of those leverage traders, which I will applaud. And we will go up to 73,000, 74,000, possibly even higher. I do think as long as Grayscale stops dumping, the main big dump is indeed over. We might have a secondary dump, but it won't be as big as the primary dump. And generally, we're going back up because the positive momentum is much more long-term than any slight sale that Grayscale had. Now, why did Grayscale sell so much? I'm not sure. It could have definitely been the Genesis stuff because remember, Genesis did say they were going to sell over time. And we don't exactly know when they were going to sell. So they could have dumped most of it in the last 2 days. But who really knows? As long as Grayscale stops selling so much, we're going to be going up. Also, with the scale of Grayscale sales, most of Grayscale sales are just going to BlackRock and Fidelity. But there was a significant amount that didn't go into BlackRock and Fidelity over the last 2 days. That's why I expect it's an external fund like Genesis or an external debt that Genesis essentially has to pay. But that's kind of what I have right now on the Bitcoin, just kind of recovering. And the Fed being more dovish than hawkish, which definitely helped the overall crypto market case. There's the case of a meme trader that netted $8.9 million in profit in an hour and that that brought up some insider allegations in. Definitely serious allegations, most probably true is my guess. The wallet added over 1.04 million worth of Shroom coins. Yes, Shroom coins. Not shady at all, people. During the same block when new liquidity was deployed. So he knew exactly when the liquidity was going to be deployed. So he bought it right at the same moment, went up a lot, and he netted something like $8 million. So an unknown trader made $8.9 million in profit in less than 1 hour by trading the Shroom meme coin during the same block where developers added liquidity. It was probably one of the developers themselves. Definitely insider trading methods, and definitely stuff like this needs to be looked at. The wallet spent 6,000 Solana tokens worth 1.04 million on Shroom coins in the same block. Now, it has to be a super coincidence that's the same block where the token contract deployer added new liquidity. So he should have actually waited, bought a block or two before, or at least a couple of blocks before, to not make it look so obvious, because this just looks way too obvious. Hey, yeah, this is definitely manipulation, people, probably by one of the developers themselves, because there's no way you could have guessed the exact same block to do that on. It had to be super, super lucky, and I don't actually think people really believe you are that lucky. So after an hour, the traders sold for 57,112 Solana, worth 9.93 million, according to a March 20th X post by On-Chain Analytics. This guy made 51,000 Solana in less than 1 hour. He spent 6K SOL to buy 294.16 million Shroom in the same block where Shroom developer added liquidity, then sold it for 50,112 Solana within an hour, made 51,112 Solana in less than an hour. Obviously, this is going to be some insider trading, I think. And maybe the SEC will actually look into it. Although the SEC has not been too good at looking at these small fry, they only want to sue big companies for money, which they have been failing at. And most people in the crypto industry would rather Gary Gensler go after those people than really Gary Gensler go after big projects. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.